What's up, everybody? It's the Common Sense Investor coming at you with another video. And in this video, we're going to talk about Donald Trump saying that he's going to fire Gary Gensler day one as soon as he takes office. We're going to talk about that in depth. I'm going to show y'all how that's not going to be quite possible like Donald would probably hope and like we would probably hope. But just be cool. We'll talk about that in a second. Right now, let's take a look at the chart. I want to show y'all something. Right now, we're trading at 496, all right? And if you look right here on my blue lines, you see there are 1,800 calls that are in the money and 15,400 puts that are out of the money. What that means is if the stock was to fall all the way down to 450 and cross under 450, 15,000 puts would go into the money. They would not want that to happen. All right. Now, up on top, we see 17,000 calls and 11,000 puts. The 17,000 calls are out of the money. If it crosses to $5, then 17,000 calls will go in the money and 11,000 puts will go out of the money. Now, if you were a hedge fund, which would you rather have in the money, the calls or the puts? 17,000 calls versus 11,000 puts. All right? You would want the puts to go in the money. So they're going to try to do their best to keep it bouncing around somewhere around 5 to 510 and 490, back and forth up in there, because they're going to want to end the week below $5. Now, let's talk about Trump wanting to get rid of Ken Griffin and how it's not going to be as easy as Trump said. Fortune magazine reports Trump says he would fire the SEC chair Gary Gensler on day one. It's not that easy. And they go on to say, at the recent Bitcoin 2024 conference, former President Donald Trump made headlines with his promises to make Bitcoin great again by ensuring the federal government hodls Bitcoin and fires Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler on day one. The crowd lapped it up. I know, I was watching it. They went crazy. The reality, and he said, I didn't know it was that unpopular. The reality, though, is that the politicians often making promises to secure campaign contributions and votes, but when it comes to firing Gensler on day one, that's a promise that Trump cannot keep. Here's why. While many of the blockchain would find it deeply satisfying to see the crypto-hating Gensler tossed from his job on Trump's first day on office, there are a series of obstacles that make that impossible. For starters, the SEC is an independent federal agency, and its commissioners, including the chair, enjoy certain protections from arbitrary removal to maintain the agency's independence from political influence. Yeah, right. Therefore, the president does not have the authority to remove the SEC chair without cause. This protection ensures that the regulatory action and decisions of the SEC are based on law and policy considerations rather than political pressures. If you want to get into the legal weeds, there are both acts of Congress and legal rulings setting all this out. Notably, the landmark 1935 Supreme Court case Humphrey's Executor versus the United States that limits the president's ability to remove commissioners of independent agencies without cause. Now, I tell you what, I think there's plenty of cause to get rid of Gary Gensler. So, them trying to give a defense that says, well, the president can't do this on day one, there has to be an investigation. There has to be cause to fire Gary Gensler. They're going to have cause. You ain't going to have to worry about that. But the question is this: who are we going to replace him with? That's what's important, and that's what we need to ask ourselves. Because the crypto people, once Trump said he was going to get rid of Gensler on day one, they wanted to know, who are you going to replace him with? And I was texting one person, and I said, they're going to replace him with Hester Pierce. And that's even worse than Gary Gensler. Hester Pierce is completely against the CAT system and wants it shut down before it even begins. So she would be even worse than Gary Gensler. And you know what that person said? I don't care. You don't care that somebody even worse than Gary Gensler? Y'all just want to be hating motherfuckers at this point then. Instead of solution focused on what we can do to get word to Trump to say, hey, you better make the right decision. Now you're going to say, how can we do that, CSI? I'm going to give you a list of things that you need to do, people. All right? First, you need to sign this petition and join over 21,782 people who have said that they are fed up with Ken Griffin and the rest of the market makers who believe that they can set the price of these stocks and rob us of our money on a daily basis. Join the voice that says enough is enough by signing the petition. You said, I've signed it, CSI. Then share it with your Discord. Share it on whatever forum you're in. Tell anybody that's in the market, any ticker, sign the petition to get rid of Ken Griffin. Then I'm sorry, you're going to have to use your fingers and you're going to have to type and you're going to have to create a Truth Social account, okay? I'm over there on Truth Social. The name of my page is @CommonSenseInvestor on Truth Social. Follow me, I follow you. Then you'll go and you'll find some groups to join. You can search for meme stocks. And there's two members, me and the person that started it. I don't even know who started it, but we can meet up here on Truth Social, and you can share the Truth Social posts that I do that share the videos, tag the right people, and all you would have to do is share it, people. You're going to have to get off your ass, and you're going to have to begin to fight if you want financial freedom. It's as simple as that. Some of y'all think that all you were supposed to do was hit a button on a brokerage account and they're supposed to print money to you. Well, that might be the case in a real world, but we have to fight for what we want now. And we got to send word to Donald Trump. We just don't want Gary Gensler fired. We want the right son of a gun in there to do the job and to clean up the mess that these market makers have made. So, sign the petition, links down in the description and pinned in the comments. Support the channel. I need to open up a autoresponder account. That's $20 a month, people. I cannot afford this on my own. I need your help. I need a way that I can capture people's email address and keep them up to date on what's going on. I can't imagine if I would have had 21,000 people, I would have had their email address and can update them on what we were up to and what needed to be done next and who we were talking to as far as politicians go that we demand change. All right, but I need y'all's help. I can't do this on my own. And with that, if you're willing to fight, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, sign the petition, join Truth Social, join Meme Stocks over on Truth Social, and I'll see you in the next video. Love y'all. Be blessed. See you then.